here.
What this means to the communities that benefit, and Hope Works, a plan to help the homeless get on their feet with work experience. Plus, a big name headed to the Hogs.
And just being able to be one of those kids, it's a blessing that a lot of people don't get.
Homelessness, it's not just a big city problem, it is a problem in places like Conway and Hot Springs.
And with that in mind, THV11's Rolly Hoyt shows us how the Jackson House will try paying the unsheltered to pick up litter in Hot Springs, just like in big cities.
For years, the Jackson House has been a magnet for the homeless community in Garland County and Hot Springs. It's a place to go to get a quick meal and to get started on getting your life back in order. But it's never been a place to go to directly get a job, until now, using inspiration from bigger cities, including Little Rock.
We're trying to be proactive in reaching our community.
And so Janie Smith's Turn of the Century Beacon for the Needy in Hot Springs is joining a 21st century program.
We're going to partner with the city of Hot Springs with a program called Hope Works.
It's an idea pioneered in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and piloted this past year in Little Rock, actually paying money to homeless people to do things like pick up litter in parks and by the road.
We looked at this program and developed that based on what we saw in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We knew that a program like that could work here.
Bill Burrow is the Hot Springs city manager. There's already a program in place for people doing community service. They tend to work the side streets. These so-called clients will work some of the main roads.
We do see a continual increase of about 1,000 clients a year. So we're currently serving between 25 and 30,000 folks in our community.
And that's a sign that even in a city the size of Hot Springs, there's a need for a program that breaks some poverty cycles.
We know, based on their accounts, that they are delivering services to more than they have in the past. So a program like this really comes at a time when we think that we can meet part of that need.
The city set aside the money for the program earlier this year. Jackson House will be the nonprofit that runs it, and they expect to have it up and going by early next year. In Hot Springs, Rolly Hoyt, THV11 News.
The weather couldn't be more beautiful. You know what? You don't need me in this shot. Let me move. Let me move out of the way. Sunset is occurring right now. It happens at 5 p.m. and you can see it's 5:02 right now. And there it went. Okay, it just refreshed. But anyway, the sun has just set. Just a beautiful looking sky as we look from our view 11 back toward the western horizon. Okay, so it's going to be a clear night tonight with very cool temperatures. Obviously, it's that time of the year. Satellite and radar loop not showing anything at all. Maybe a few high clouds in places, but generally speaking, we are talking about another clear night, which could mean some frost in the morning with temperatures expected to be well below freezing. Today's numbers, man, we started out at 25 degrees. A very cold night. I had forecasted about I think I forecasted around 32, so it got much colder than that. And 53 ended up being the afternoon high. We'll be near that, if not warmer than that tomorrow. There you see the normals, 33 and 51. The records, 1932, 12 degrees, 1924, 73. So that was some mild air for this time of the year. But no rainfall today. And again, those numbers on the morning side, a little bit below the average. Currently, we're at 49, dew points at 22, so the air is still pretty dry, humidity 35%. But as we go through the night with those clear skies and light winds, we will see that frost form on the dew that's in the grass, if there is any dew, but the air is still pretty dry, 35% relative humidity. The wind currently is calm. So for tonight, clear and cold with a frosty morning expected tomorrow with a low near 29. The wind hardly there at all, light out of the south. And here's your forecast for tomorrow. 54, mostly sunny, and again, just a little bit warmer. Not bad for Thursday, but Friday we have more clouds, and that'll keep temperatures down a bit. Saturday and Sunday look to be dry, and I'll have your extended outlook for you coming up at 6 o'clock. But I can tell you that the holiday week, holiday day, looks to be very mild, a little bit warmer than average. Back to you.
Arkansas craft brewers are facing a potential tax hike that could put them out thousands of dollars every year.
THV11's Melissa Zigowitz shows us why breweries nationwide are fighting to get the tax passed.
Arkansas breweries have to pay a special tax on every barrel on top of federal and state taxes. In 2017, Congress passed legislation that cut this special tax in half, but the deadline to reinstate the tax reduction expires by December 31st.
And, you know, that has a lot of effect on a small brewery like Diamond Bear and a lot of the other small breweries in Arkansas.
Russ Melton, president of Diamond Bear Brewing, says the Craft Beverage Modernization and Tax Reform Act is a big relief for his business.
It lowered it from $7 per barrel, which is 31 gallons, to $3.50 per barrel.
He says it's allowed him to save thousands every year.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you do 3,000 barrels, it's $10,000.
That's $10,000 that can be used on employees or equipment.
It is a big help for small businesses.
It's allowed them to reinvest that money in their businesses. Some of them have expanded.
Sylvia Blaine is the executive director of the Arkansas Brewers Guild. She says the tax reduction also potentially helped the industry grow.
According to the Brewers Association, the workforce in Arkansas has expanded by nearly 3,000 people since the inception of this bill.
The bill passed the House Tuesday.
And it passed as an extension through 2021.
But Blaine says breweries are asking for it to be permanent.
We're happy to get an extension. So we'll be revisiting this question again at the end of next year.
Melton says this is a bipartisan issue, so he is confident it will get worked out.
Democrats and Republicans are working together on this, and I wish they would work together on a lot of things for the country.
The bill now goes to the Senate, where it will likely get voted on by Friday.
1 week before Christmas, football programs receiving gifts early as they land prize recruits across the country. And here in Arkansas, THV11's Hayden Valgavi has been all over Central Arkansas today, including a big get for new Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman.
Absolutely. You know, Craig, there's an old saying. All right, recruiting, it's a lot like shaving. If you don't do it every day, you're going to end up looking like a bum. Coach Pittman, with only about a week to try and salvage this 2020 recruiting class, he even got a few flip commits, but the big one here in Central Arkansas, that would be Bryant Cottrell Wallace. The three-star linebacker calls it a dream come true to play for those Razorbacks.
I'm really excited. A lot of kids don't get the opportunity to do that, and just being able to be one of those kids, it's a blessing.
So other in-state Razorback signees, how about the Hazen Hulk himself, Blaine Toll, signing from Mexico while down on vacation, in Jonesboro's own Rashad Stewart. He kept it real simple. He also just tweeted the little sunglasses emoji right there. Now the Razorbacks, they flipped a few kids, as I mentioned, from other schools. We're going to hear from them coming up tonight on THV11 at 6, obviously with the impeachment pending. But let me tell you this, a lot of local kids in the 501 signing letters of intent today. We're going to hear from Morrilton's Jacoby Criswell, who's heading to North Carolina. Also a talented trio from North Little Rock and a Sylvan Hills Bear, who's now a UCA Bear. It's a big day for all these kids, guys.
Love seeing it. Hayden, thanks. A 42,000-pound donation is helping sustain a Hot Springs food bank throughout this holiday season. The Mormon Church's charity wing gave 27 pallets of food, an entire truckload, to the Project Hope Food Bank on Gaines Street. Project Hope director Ted Thompson says the timing could not be better.
It's a huge amount of demand right now, especially during Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're distributing, between our agencies, we're distributing around 100,000 pounds of food this month and last month. So 200,000 pounds of food.
The increased demand continues through the new year, and of course food banks remain open all year long. You can always donate online, and they also accept volunteers.
Many kids are asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? But one North Little Rock teen is starting her business ventures now.
Yeah, THV11's Vanessa Page brings us this entrepreneur's story.
Well, Ellie Eaton started her own business wrapping Christmas gifts. She says she simply saw a need and decided to put her skills to work.
Seeing people's faces when they're done.
At just 13 years old, Ellie Eaton has started her own business.
I started from a young age wanting to wrap presents, and so it's just the idea of like, just post it somewhere. If I get somebody, great. If I don't, like, oh well.
She saw how stressful gift wrapping made people and wanted to do what she could to help.
I like being creative with it, coming up with new toppers that most people wouldn't have on there.
With the help of Facebook shares, she's gotten dozens of gifts to wrap.
Social media has evolved so much that one post can get you so far. Some people that I'm wrapping presents for, I don't even know. And so my mom and dad coordinate when to get them and like when they want them by.
All you have to do is bring your gift and your wrapping paper. She'll do 5 for $20 and you get the chance to help a young entrepreneur.
I provide the tape, the toppers, and the tags.
Ellie says she can even tackle those hard to wrap presents.
Be patient with it. If it's an odd shape, that's okay too, because I can figure out how to wrap it.
Next semester, she plans to join a business club at school to learn the ins and outs.
We're gonna learn how to start, how to create your own email and do your own website.
She's already gotten requests to do birthday gifts and looks forward to expanding.
Even if you don't think that you can do it, you can. You just have to believe that you can.
And Ellie plans to wrap gifts until Christmas Eve. We have her contact information for you at THV11.com.
And a piece of breaking news nationally not related to impeachment. A federal judge says a part of the Affordable Care Act, also called Obamacare, is unconstitutional.
Specifically, the part that requires people to carry health insurance or pay a special fine assessed by the IRS. The judge also says other parts of the law need further review.
All right, and we have much more local news and weather for you later this evening, but first a quick check of weather.
Yeah, tomorrow looks to be very nice. It's going to be a cold night. We're going to start out in the 20s. Look at that beautiful, look at that twilight. There you go, RV11 looking west. A beautiful, clear and crisp evening expected with a low tonight near 29. When you wake up tomorrow, near 29. High tomorrow near 54. So all in all, we're looking good. And if you want to talk about Christmas, right now, very mild, maybe even into the 60s.
Oh, wow. All right.
We'll see.
As for television broadcasts, we're staying with the impeachment hearings.
And CBS will do a special edition of the evening news with Nora O'Donnell at 5:30 and then return to the impeachment coverage. Thank you for joining us for this special online edition of THV11 News at 5, and good night.